There it is, y'all. There it is. What's going on, world? What's going on, world? Fuck it. Had to hit you with another one, man. You know, my original thought was do as many of the streams as possible. Try to record them. Excuse me, do them live, and then have them as recordings that will drop once per day. Because I was probably gonna do one, if not two, a day or something like that. But then it's interesting because in the live section, you start going in the live section, you got stuff that'll drop like mid or like late afternoon, and when they show up, they're right behind everything that just recently happened. So I'd rather everything, you know, that's recently happening, I'd rather it show up like right on time. So I don't know. I think I'm not gonna schedule it anymore. I might schedule some other stuff. Arodi, what's going on, Arodi? How you doing, man? Yeah, bruh. I'm gonna get moving and get right. It was a whole episode in of itself. Like an hour or two ago, because I was just standing out there or sitting out outside the convenience store. Grabbed my little 8 ounce Americano joint. I grabbed that and what was I gonna say? Was posted up and there was like a truck blocking the whole way, blocking the intersection or whatever for the buses. To my understanding, that's what I think was going on. But I don't know if they got a citation or a ticket. So that was a whole situation of itself. It wasn't like terrible. It wasn't like whatever. You know what I mean? Or Rody, what the fuck are you talking about, man? I don't know what you're talking about, Rody. I don't care about this dude. I still don't know who this person is, man. I don't know why you keep asking me to look into this person. I don't know. I'm not even worried about them, man. But no, I had a. That was my original plan. That was my original thought, man. Was do as many of these as possible. Matter of fact, see if this was the old times, I would have done it. You know what I mean? Audio form. So I would have had the audio versions of it, and then those would have been scheduled out. But this is the most convenient. This is actually the most convenient and most productive at the same time. You know what I mean? So, the lives, I should say. Dude keeps bringing this dude up, man. Come on, bro. I appreciate the like though. I know that was you, but hey, either way, Jimi Hendrix on the shirt. But yeah, man, we got right today, man. Today we got right. Everything was going right. You know, excuse me. Everything was like in order. Everything was not even coordinated. Nothing was planned. Everything fell in right into place. So I'm really happy how things turned out today. You know what I mean? Everything was right on whatever. But I mean, everything was good, man. I appreciate everyone dropping in right now. Thank y'all for dropping into the stream, man. I'm just hanging out, uh, chopping it up, trying to get my hours in here and there. This is how I'm doing it, Ray. Chop up and talk with me. Mostly gaming content here, but every now and again I'll walk around, take a walk through the city, some back streets, some nice areas. Saying document a few things here and there. Make sure everything's all saying beautiful days. Beautiful days like this. What can I say? Oh, Eternal's in here. What's going on, Eternal? How you doing, man? Ziffler, am I saying that right? Ziffler. Appreciate you dropping in, man. Appreciate you guys saying hi. Appreciate everyone dropping in. I'm 3 minutes in. I got 5 likes. That is love right there, man. Everything today is going really well. Like I can't complain, man. It's like things are working out really well, man. You just got off work, Eternal? Eternal, I went to the gym today after how many months? And then I went to the track and field, did some running, some jogging, and then for like the last lap, I was doing 4 laps. I was tired as hell. For that fourth lap, I was like, okay, on the last straightaway, I'm gonna try to sprint. I tried to sprint, man, and my legs turned into jelly. I was like, ugh. And it was messed up because I had to run. There was someone like walking on the track, so I had to like sprint past this lady walking past, and then my legs kind of went jelly after I passed them up, so I looked kind of floppy. I was like, oh no, this is bad. It was kind of funny, but yeah, man, it was nice to get a workout in. I felt kind of refreshed. Everything seems to be falling into place today, man. I'm in a good headspace, whatever. 23rd morning was day. Yahoo was second, and you Moon brother, and to all the YouTube family. Hey, man, I appreciate you dropping in. All right, that's love. That's love. How are you doing today, Eternal? Damn, there's hella gnats up in here. Oof. Well, I thought I was gonna have to sprint. But let me know how you're doing, Eternal. Appreciate you dropping in on me, man. Appreciate you checking in with me. Um, been good today, man. Everything's been like lined up. I finished the Monster Hunter live. Um, that is what it is, and I just decided to go right back in it. So, but what I was saying earlier was that I originally had planned these do as many live streams throughout the day, and then when they end, schedule them out, into the future on some like, even if I do two a day, they'll come out in back-to-back consecutive days if that makes sense, and have them scheduled out. That was my original plan, and then I started thinking about it because those lives would show up behind the new ones. It didn't really make sense. Whatever's new should just show up as new. So I'm gonna just stay consistent in that regard. You know what I mean? Just try to stay consistent on whatever's happening is what's happening. So just staying up to date on everything. Probably gonna see way more or a lot more of just normal content in general, whatever. Nothing too complicated anymore. Yo, these birds is leaving scat everywhere. Hold on, man. Let me move my bag. Birds leaving scat everywhere. I'm sad about that. Everybody's spelling things. It is what it is. It's one of them days. So many people dropped in on me, leaving likes. That's what's up. I appreciate that, man. Everything goes a long way. So I'm trying to think, man. The last one I did was like what, yesterday? It would have been yesterday. I'm losing track of the time. Yesterday morning, maybe. I don't know if I did one. Let me think about this. I don't think I did one. I can't. I don't know, bro. I lost track of everything, but I don't know if I did it like at night or like sometime later in the day in the afternoon. I might have did one or two. Knowing me, I probably did one or two. Where I think I did the second one where I kind of zigzagged and I was just chopping it up a little bit. With a matter of fact, I was chopping it up with Graydon. Graydon was in the chat talking to me about coins, so I ended up subscribing to him. I checked out his channel. It looked pretty cool. Dude's like a coin collector, so that was pretty cool to like have that. You know what I mean? But it's interesting because some reception pockets, you know what I mean. Some moments where I sit around and wait. You know what I mean? It's the best. It's the best bet for the live streams or whatever. That's inner monologue that I'm just saying out loud, realistically. But that's where I'm at with everything, man. Yeah, I went to the gym, man. Oof, I was getting worked out today. Tired as hell, man. Not gonna lie, I'm tired as hell. Let me see, make sure my chat is up to date. All right, we good. So I feel good about that, feel refreshed. Try to get in as many working days as possible. It's interesting because I kept telling myself how mental everything was. I was always on the track. I'm like, I did one lap. And by the time I started doing the second one, I'm like, man, I'm getting real tired. My body's starting to feel the soreness. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. So then I started thinking like, I gotta just keep pushing. I got to the third lap. I was like, yo, it's all mental, man. You just gotta make it to 4. You just gotta make it to 4. 4 is a mile. So bam, hit that 3.5. When I started coming around the corner, I saw the little numbers on the track. I said, when I get across that line, because I'm on the 2, I'm on the outer bounds. On the outer bounds, I started sprinting. Legs got jelly. I was like, damn, it's over. It's over now. So I knew I was out of shape, but I had to kind of force it today. I was like, even though I'm out of shape, I gotta force it. So we'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow morning. You know what I mean? Maybe tomorrow morning I don't know, man. We'll see. If I'm feeling a little whatever, I might go back to the gym. If I'm not feeling too bad, I'll go back to the gym and I'll just do like the little step ladder stuff. Do some step ladder stuff, work on some form. You know what I'm saying? I was a little my front foot when I'm southpaw is very heavy. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, my front foot when I'm southpaw is real heavy right now. I gotta get this right. I was just sitting there, I was just dragging it. I was like, yo, I'm dragging this right now. My hips is messed up, my core is messed up. I gotta get everything right. So a lot of things are in balance. Also, I sit down when I do the video game stuff. I'm sitting down for a long amount of time, like doing 3 to 4 hours at a time per day. So I got to be mindful of that. And I started feeling it. I started feeling it in my lower back when I was sitting down. I sit on my mattress. So because, I don't have a good seating arrangement right now, but because I'm sitting on my mattress, I probably should sit on my chair because it actually is kind of a hard bottom with a cushion on it. But, sit on the mattress. The thing is, even though your body feels like it's flat, naturally, because your body's stacked this way, what's underneath your tailbone is going to sink more. So it's not really perfect alignment, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So I might have to just start sitting on the actual flat floor. Like I might just start sitting on the actual the room floor or whatever. I'm thinking about sleeping like that too. You know, they say sleeping on the ground is good for your back. So just sleeping because I sleep flat a lot of times. I kind of just sleep flat on my back. I might start doing that, man. We'll see, man. Yo, people hit me with 7 likes already, man. We 10 minutes in. That's love right there. You know, usually it takes me about an hour to get to that point. So I appreciate all the love, people dropping in and out on me, showing love over here. You know what I mean? I don't know exactly what it is. You know, back to digital footprint. I think some people just finding me through other people's content. Sometimes I comment on other people's stuff. I try to say something funny or say something good or positive. Hopefully, I'm not out there talking trash. Hopefully, I do more good than I do bad. And even with that being said, if people find me and if people find me tagged in other stuff and they just find me in general, you know, based off of the algorithm or whatever, people are starting to discover me, and I appreciate it. I can do nothing but be uh, grateful. You know what I'm saying? I just got done talking to one of the coaches today. I wanted to check in with my guy. I was like, "How you doing, bro?" And he let me know real honest. He was like, "I ain't doing too good." So I was like, we started talking a little bit. You know, I sacrificed a few rounds. It was good because my leg was sore. I was like, let's talk about it. We talked about it for a good 3.5 rounds. He talked to me about his head, you know, where his headspace is at. And we just talked a little bit, and I was like, yeah, he's being honest emotionally, and that's where I'm trying to be too. You know, I'm trying to get better at that. I think I've been doing pretty good so far, but there's always room for improvement. And with the conclusion that we both kind of came to, because he said something about just being grateful, and I was like, bro, I'm happy you said that because I've been saying this in my live streams for the past couple of days, man. I'm trying to exercise gratitude as much as possible. Gratitude and gratefulness. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can do, man. That's all I can really do right now. Just be grateful about everything. You know what I mean? I'm grateful for everybody right now, man. I gotta tap in with everybody's live stream, tap in with everybody's content, tap in with everyone, man. Make sure I'm promoting the right people. I like when my moderators come in because they all make great stuff, man. Great things. Yo, if you want to see some how it is, yo, follow my guy Eternal Light. You see his channel right there? Look him up, man. Eternal Light. Look up his channel too, because you know he got these really cool YouTube shorts, man. He's shown me a world that I ain't never seen. I mean, I might have seen it in certain pockets from a distance, but I actually haven't like lived it, if that makes sense. So, but he's you know he's living a different type of life than I am. I'm living a city life. He's got the farm life, and he's got a small town life, if you will. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put all his business out there, but he's a good guy right there. So you know, I want to promote my moderators. Actually, hold on, let me double check real quick. Yep, my guy Eternal Light, man. Shout out to him. And then the other night, I was on live. I was doing like a long whatever. The crows was over here looking for Funyuns. I don't know if you see the birds flying around. I threw them some Funyuns last time. Threw them some snacks, so they waiting for me to throw them a little something. But one of the nights, man, I was getting ready to get off stream, and then my guy Jack's Kit was over here. That was my first moderator. He popped in a little bit, so go find Jack's Kit. You know what I'm saying? I tagged him in a couple things on a community post or whatever. Yeah, go find Jack's Kit, man. Go follow his channel because he'll be back in like a month or two. I forgot what he said. He'll be back though. Go follow Jack's Kit. Go find this dude. You know what I'm saying? Go find his channel. He's gonna do some Beyblade stuff. He's gonna do whatever he's doing in the long run. You know. But with that being said, I don't even know how long I'm gonna be doing Beyblade. You know, I'm getting close to that July, August. When I get to July and August, like I'm gonna say, let's just say first week of August. That's when I'm gonna decide. Like, all right, we finally made it. That's a year. What am I gonna do after the year? What am I gonna do after this? So I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do next. So we'll see, man. If I get fit, I might just start doing some like workout content or something. Like, hey, man, this is what I'm doing. It's just me, haha, hitting a little whatever. Shit, I might have to schedule that out, man. I'm gonna start doing those shorts. You know what I'm saying? Those gonna be my new YouTube shorts, man. Just me, just out there, just doing my little routine, doing little drills here and there, something like that. Just prop the phone up, get a little recording, make it short, start scheduling it out. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna start doing. Why not? You know what I mean? Show you a little something, work on something. I'm gonna think about something. I'm gonna have to. I might even write it out. You know what I'm saying? I might even write it out, like a whole routine plan, like whatever. And then I might just start doing like daily, like push up kind of joint. Who knows? Who knows, bro? But I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I mean? Figuring out weight shifts. You know, I was working on my weight shift today. So I'm gonna talk to people. I'm gonna be like, hey, you care if I'm filming up in here? I might ask them tomorrow if I drop in. That's what I'm thinking I'm gonna do. Start filming little things, just me on the bag or me shadowboxing. You know what I'm saying? Record a round of myself doing some shit. One of these rounds, you know what I'm saying? Just get as much content as I can throughout the day. That means I gotta get in there early. Get in there early, start recording early, whatever. I get in my little stretch routine in, get my little walk out, get my little run in. You know what I'm saying? I was able to, you know, get my little jogging in today. I did my whole routine, man. Whole routine, man. That's what it is. 3 rounds of jump rope. You know what I mean? My legs were sore. I was like, bro, And then what made it worse was like I'm over here spinning the rope, you know what I'm saying, doing my little thing, you know what I'm saying, doing my little, and like I ain't did it in so long that my wrists and like my forearm started hurting. I was like, yo, I ain't jump rope in hell long. Started shadow boxing. I started getting a little sluggish. I'm just I'm like, ooh, it's real stiff in the shoulders right now. You know what I mean? I need to loosen it up. I need some lubrication. Pause. Need to get that lubricated. Pause. You know, get that right. Get that going and situated. So 3 rounds of that, and then I do another 3 rounds of pretty much some forms of conditioning and skill. So I can't remember what I did. I think I did start from the shoulder. So I did the speed bag. Then got down on the mat, did some different variations of crunches over and over and over again. So I got tired and I forgot to throw on the push-ups. I should have did that, but that's all right. I probably do them at home. And then third one, I just ended up doing like, how do I explain it? Like I'm just so like we have the ring, right, and then you have like the three ropes. So I'm just going at the bottom rope, going in and out. So it's like pretty much the quadriceps is getting work. So I'm working on pretty much my dips and my ducking, dips, ducking, and rolling. So I'm just over there getting my whatever in. My legs are feeling it. Do 20 of those, and then you'll kind of circle around, kind of dance around, get the hips open up, get that loosen up, trying to stay light on the feet, get the core right, all that. 12 rounds of heavy bag. 12 rounds of heavy bag. I kept alternating southpaw to orthodox, southpaw to orthodox. That's how it started. Started at southpaw, ended in orthodox. You know what I'm saying? I did now 9 rounds with the gloves on. My finger started hurting. I was like, damn, I'm tripping right now. I might just be overly using this side when I'm over here swinging. So took the gloves off. Did 3 more rounds with just the hand wraps, locking that joint straight up. So it was good to get all that in, man. It was really good. I was like, I needed that, man. Get my routine in. And after that, I just stretched for like 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Got down on the ground and utilize the pillar, get my pecs stretched out and get you know what I mean, pecs and my calves, get all that stretched out. Do it for like about 30 minutes. Just doing the whole body. Went on the track, ran for like 4 laps. I don't know how long it took me. It took me a minute, man. I was like, damn, it took me hell long just to do this shit. 4 laps. I'm because I knew because I was on the outside, so I'm like it's already taking me longer when I run on the outside. But the problem with that is like I'm going really slow because I'm like if I go faster I'm gonna get tired, so I gotta jog really slow. And then like there's people jogging like hella fast like on the side of me like moving real fast. I was like, damn, these guys are, but they've been training for longer than me probably. Like one dude looked like he did track or soccer, another dude looked like he was just like conditioning himself like he does another sport. I don't know, he probably plays some other sport at the university. But these university kids, so they're all like they're hella strong. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it, man. That's where I'm at with it, bro. Nothing but gratitude and training and gratitude. I'm trying to be like what's my guy, Chairman Netero from Hunter x Hunter. I'll be like him. I'm telling you, people dropping in and saying what's up. That's what's up. They see me every day doing my thing. They see what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to be honest with everybody. That's one thing, I be looking at people in the past couple of days and like all of these weird like discrepancies that I'm used to or whatever. I don't know what the word is like. You know what I'm saying? The little judgments that I'm used to, the little profiling that I'm used to, the whatever. Sometimes I project it on people and I got to be very mindful of that. I'm just like, damn, man, what's going on here? People over here just, I don't know if they're looking at me greasy, I don't know what it is, but really they're just trying to figure out what's going on. Sometimes I'm in spaces where they want to be comfortable. So who knows? But, I'm starting to, I started to have that understanding. It's like, it's more about them than it is me. So it ain't nothing for me to worry about. But sometimes I sit there and think about that stuff because I want to make sure my environment and people around me are comfortable too. I just want to be mindful, but I'm realizing I just got to do what I have to do. I have to take care of myself and I have to do what I need to do. So sometimes, like, it's really interesting, man. I thought about this because there was one, there was one particular community and space that I was a part of, and I was just kind of just doing my own personal thing in there, in and out, whatever. And like, I remember being there, just minding my business, and then like I wasn't sure, but I started making these assumptions like, yo, I think these particular people don't fuck with me because they keep observing me. They're like watching me or something. It's kind of weird. And then over time, they got comfortable with me. I was like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, you used to scare me at first. And I'm like, that's weird, bro, because I'm over here trying to be very overly accommodating. I realize that's also a part of my upbringing where it's like, I don't know what it is where, you're always trying to make certain people feel comfortable for whatever reason, even though you ain't do nothing wrong. So I think about that a lot. And it was one of them things that clicked in my head where I was like, you got to be careful because you really need to take care of yourself in the long run. You need to do your things and the things that you want to accomplish, the things that you want to get done. You want to get those done first and not worry about the perception. You don't want to worry about, how people may treat you. You know what I mean? You got to just learn to carry on. Sometimes it's funny because it's like I want to stay silent and just observe how people treat me, so that way I know and I understand who they are as people. You understand? Just silently observe them and just understand, like, oh, this motherfucker right here, he's a hater. This person right here, he's just over here, he's just mad about life and he's trying to take it out on me. I'm the face that he needs to be upset with today, and I get that feeling because I almost put someone else through that in the worst way. You know, what I'm saying, in the worst type of way. So it's really interesting because I started thinking more about it, and I started thinking to myself, like, yeah, I got to take care of my thing, man. I got to take care of myself and whatever I got to get done. So it ain't easy, but got to make it happen. You got to do those things, man. That's just how I'm feeling about it. But yeah, there was a point I was trying to make. I kind of lost my train of thought, but that's all right. It's all right though, man. You know, we smooth sailing for the most part. We on track. Got the sunshine right here. It's a decent. It's a good time of the day, man. It's Pacific time. Pacific time. Oh, what time is it? 7:04. Damn. Yo, I don't know if y'all use the Nextdoor app. I just got a random notification about a stolen package. I hope it ain't mine. If it's mine, I hope it ain't mine. Somebody walking off, but it said ring camera. So I'm like, I don't think that's mine. I'm gonna start setting up a certain type of specific ring camera or something like that, like a security kind of thing. Get a little security thing by the house, because some people, you never know, trying to swing by the house and see what you got on the porch. Porch pirate kind of thing. I don't play that shit. There was one time I had ordered some stuff. It was like some Beyblades, some stuff that I never had, and I remember I ordered it, and this was during the time that our address was being changed. So then they sent my package over the next door. So it was sitting on that. I didn't know I had to track it. I was like, they said they delivered it. I'm like, why are they sending me the delivery notification 3 days late? So then I checked the little tracking. I was like, oh, they sent it to the house next door. I'm like, bro, yo, because they take a picture of it. It's like Amazon. Amazon takes a picture of it. It was out there in the rain the whole time. Somebody walked up and probably just, let me take this. I was like, damn, man, somebody got like 4 packs of Beyblades right now. That's crazy. And then I told him, I was like, bro, they didn't send it to me. Like, it wasn't at my doorstep. I didn't receive it. And because of that, they just refunded the whole thing. But I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, can you just resend me? The seller or whatever that had the Beyblade in stock, they ran out. It was some rare stuff. It was like Optimus Prime or something like that. I forget exactly what it was, Megatron or some shit like that. It was some like Transformers Beyblades, and then they had it gone. I was really sad about that. But what can you do? You know what I'm saying? What can you do? That's what happens, man. It wasn't like someone showed up to my actual porch. It was just the fact that it was next door the whole time. So for 3 days, and it was out in the rain. 3 days, and so I don't know. I felt the way about it. Yeah, I feel the way. Also, yeah, another weird thing that I was thinking about today was this morning I was blowing my nose a lot. So I happened to be blowing my nose. I was like, damn, man, there's a lot of pollen. I wake up. I always go to sleep with my window cracked or like my window kind of open. So I'm over here blowing my nose. And I'm like, damn, am I really sick? Like, has it just really been this much pollen and allergies the whole week? So then I'm thinking I'm really sick. I get to the gym. One of the coaches sneezed like 6 times in a row. I'm like, okay, I know they're probably not sick. They just came from outside walking the dog or something. So I know that they sick too. And then I'm on the phone with my cousin. My cousin said the same kind of thing. She's like, yeah, you know what? I've been over here. Everybody's been coming by the house saying hi to me. They got red nosed reindeer looking. They swollen up. Everybody's eyes are swollen up. Everything's itchy. Everybody's blowing their nose. It's a whole bunch of mucus. So there's a lot going on, man. Everybody's getting sick right now, or not sick, but like everyone's getting allergies. I should say everyone's catching allergies, whatever. So kind of crazy, man. Kind of crazy. What we gonna do, man? Hit that. We touch base on the 30. We gonna wind down. Touch base on the 30. We gonna wind down because everyone just showed love, but they did it. They're supporting, but they're supporting. I'm gonna be grateful. They're supporting, but sometimes I'm feeding off of the interaction some days. But I'm taking what I can get. I'm living with what I got, what I'm given. So I'm not one to, I'm trying to say. Checking my people, man. Everyone's up in here. I gotta keep doing my thing. I gotta stay locked in. You know what I mean? This is what it looked like every day, bro. Stay locked in. The shit I normally would have said inside my brain. You say it out loud, right or wrong. See where it takes me. See where we go with it. See what's happening. You know what I mean? So, gotta think about that stuff, man. Yeah. What's also crazy is like I realize this happens too. So if you guys are here from the playback, always check the live chat. Always check the live chat because you'll know what I'm interacting with or who I'm speaking with and whatnot. I mean, hopefully that makes sense. If it's in the live section, then you would know that there'd be a live stream chat. But it's really interesting because I'm trying to fix it where I think I can only do this on the computer, but it's like subscriber mode. So I might have, if I get good Wi-Fi, I'm gonna start doing that, doing a subscriber mode where I'm just chatting it up the whole damn day. I'm gonna start doing that and let people check in with me. Do multiple versions of it, do multiple whatever. Just keep it going throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. But it's funny because people will sit there and leave. It's been happening a lot lately. People are living like a lot of religious based stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, so kind of makes sense with everything that's going on. People just scroll through and they share their blessings. So I get it. But for some people, it's a little more standoffish. They see that stuff and they think that's what the whole. They read the chat and they think that's what the whole live is about. And I'm like, I'm just taking it wherever people want to go, but not in a bad way. We're just keeping it positive, chopping it up and whatnot. So, but people see that stuff and then that's what they think it's all about. And I just take it to where it needs to go, man. I'll chat it up a bit. Something's on the tip of my tongue or top of my brain. I'll sit there and talk about it. But we'll take it there. We'll take it there. I've been seeing less and less of my people, and it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. Feel me? But yeah, my body's sore. I can already feel it. I've been feeling it the whole afternoon, man. Feeling it the whole time. Yeah. I might have to do another one where I'm just walking through, like I said, arboretum, some garden area, whatever. Find a little spot, mop through it. Last time I went through, I think I was at a volunteer park or something. I was over there. It's a nice little area, but when I was over there, I had bad connection. So even though I did a live where I was feeding the crows and the squirrels, even though I was doing that, like it kept going out. Apparently, this is what I was being told. Like, yo, your connection is kind of spotty. It's kind of messed up. So if I'm up here, I need people to let me know if it's the same situation. I need to know that, bro. I need that update. You know what I mean? Kind of, touch base on these hours, make them numbers happen, make that shit click, man. Make it go up the way it needs to. Get that situated. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, anyone dropping in there now, I appreciate it, man. It's love and appreciation always. Everyone dropping in, man. Don't ever feel shy, man. I say that as a ambivert, someone in the middle, where it's like I'm neither. If that makes sense. Because I say this all the time, man. I'm more extroverted than your normal introvert, but I'm more introverted than your normal extrovert, which is really funny. I've been chatting it up and kicking it with a lot of extroverted people more recently. You know what I'm saying? Like more recently, like they just been around in my life, just kind of popping in and out, But they're around. Like a lot of times, I just find myself by myself, so I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. I don't even want that shit. I don't want to deal with people. Some people be trying to help me out and look out for me. And it's interesting. A lot of times, I just want to be left alone. But for the other part, I think I just rather what's the word? I'm always doing something, or I always have somewhere to go. So I'm like, I kind of just I gotta go somewhere. You know what I mean? I gotta just stay moving. So I'm doing this thing here, and I gotta just move on to the next thing real quick. So that's how I'm feeling with certain stuff. So for example, like I went to I was telling somebody this. I went. My friend had his daughter had a birthday party. She turned 1, and we went to the party. And I had to leave at 5, but I found myself just being lost in time. Just having fun, hanging out with friends that were there. And I was like, damn, it's just like a fun day. You know what I'm saying? And people kept offering me food. I was like, yeah, just grab more food, grab a cupcake, grab whatever. And I was like, all right. I found myself caught in the moment. And then I was like running late to meet up with someone. But like I said, it's really funny how that works out because even though I was planning to meet up with someone that evening, the way time works, it's like they're busy anyway. Hold on. There goes that sneeze, man. That's what we needed. Not bad about that. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for, man. Get that out. Feel me? And I might have to mute it in a second when I go blow my nose in a second, but we'll see. But yeah, it's really interesting how time works that way. You know, it's like yo, you don't like I'm in a rush to be available, but then people don't have they're not available for you or whatever. Like that's how it's weird how that works. Also, like phone tag right now, like I've been playing phone tag with a lot of people, but it's interesting because the people I actually get through to on the phone, I'm like, oh, you know what, man, they really go out of their way to make the time. Everyone else is on some, you know, yeah, it's different. It's just different. I ain't gonna sit there and slander nobody. It is what it is. What's happening is what's happening. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So there we go with it, man. Pollen is strong. Allergy is strong right now. It's that season. It's that era. It's that time. So what's been happening here? But all interactions, man. All that. I got a lot to be grateful for. We'll see though, man. Because hold on, blow my nose. Oh man, I ain't trying to blow my nose in the mic, so forgive me for that. I'm still on mic though, so I'm still mic'd up. I'm about to walk down to the trash can, but you can still hear me. Yeah, man, sun's getting low. My shadow is long right now, so so like sun is setting for real. That sunset shadow, right there. I don't know if I could still see me in the shot. I don't know how many feet I can go for the mic to still work. I don't know if it's 25, 30 feet. I don't know how jumbled this sounds, but yeah, man. I don't even know. I couldn't tell you. Nice little area. I always say that. Nice little spot. People have been bringing that up and saying that to me a lot. That you're in a nice little spot, man. Peaceful. I was like, it is when it is. It goes for everywhere. Still living in the States, man. It be popping off. It's interesting. Like I've been saying this, man. Where I live, it's interesting. I keep getting these notifications, these emails about these shootings and these porch pirates and shit. I'm like, damn, that's happening right here. It's crazy because when I leave, I just be, I go do my peaceful thing. But at any given point, any given time, that stuff can come right to your front door. You gotta be mindful of it. You be monitoring that shit. But fucked up. Certain motherfuckers just be doing it to each other. You know, it's bad. It ain't good. It's bad. You gotta think about that, man. So you gotta check in with people, man. Let them know that they're loved, right? Let people know that they're loved or whatever. Let people know that you care about them or you're worried about what's going on. See, I think about that sometimes, man. I remember. I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but sometimes you'll hear about a story or a situation where it's just like, oh, there's a shooting, there's a whatever in this area or this region, and you got relatives over there, and you don't even feel the need to contact them. A lot of relatives don't even know what happened to the relatives until they find out on a Facebook post. You know what I'm saying? What's crazy is had a family member that pretty much got cut off by a lot of other people. It was kind of crazy. So I was talking to them today. And then they were saying like, you know what showed up on my timeline? They're like, you remember so and so whooped you out, my old roommate? And I was like, yeah, what about him? They said, yeah, he's dead. I was like, what? See, I'm not on social media, so I don't know. And the people I would normally talk to that would have told me this, they're just not, they're not in my life for whatever reason. They pretend like they're in contact with me, but they're not. So it is what it is. I'll contact him when I'll contact him when I contact him. I'll see him when I see him. It is what it is. But for the most part, if these things continue to kind of pan out the way they are, I'm gonna just let it go. I'm like, all right, man. There's nothing to talk about. Then I won't even talk to you about nothing. That's fine. But I know where the last note was left on, so I have to be very mindful and cognizant of that thing. You know what I'm saying, negative or not. But anyway, I say this to say like, apparently that dude he took his own life, man. And I remember him a certain way. I remember going to his house. You know what I'm saying? He's like a friend of some people I know pretty much, and like to my understanding, he took his own life. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know if he shot himself or if he stabbed himself. I don't know. I don't know the details, but the person who was telling me about it, he's like, yeah, I stopped talking to them a long time ago when they were like a terrible roommate, when they were kind of bad and like just negative or whatever. But same thing. They haven't been in contact with them, but yeah, dude took his own life to my understanding. So nobody, I don't know them like I don't know them like that. I met them through other people, but this dude, man, it's interesting because I remember like his whole thing was money. So it would always be like money, alcohol, and jokes. And a lot of times his jokes were like, it's almost like he would try to, break the ice with people, trying to make fun of them or whatever, saying, just trying to be rude to them. That was his whole thing. He would always be rude to people. So it was really weird because it's like he would do this thing where he was just always rude. He was always rude to people. And it's like, I'm just, he's just trying to be friendly. He's, oh, this is just how I communicate. This is how he talks. And you spend more time with him, and it's just like he's always trying to get more drinks, buy more drinks, make everyone around him drunk. And I've been there before. Don't get me wrong, I've been there before. So it was really interesting. So I started to notice this about him, and then, like I said, we went to his house. He had a lot of nice stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he would always make sure he had like the nicest beds, the nicest couches, the nicest whatever. Just make sure he's accommodating everyone. Not necessarily good or bad. It was show offy as much as it was accommodating, if that makes sense. And then he also had like some game systems and things like that. You know what I mean? So he just had all these things. And then it's crazy because when the person told me what happened when he took his own life, I was like, the more I look back at this, he was really just compensating for a lot of stuff. He was overly accommodating. He was overly reaching to try to, be friends with people, etc. And yeah, it's a little unfortunate, man. I feel like if people known and they recognized what was going on with them, maybe they would have talked to him sooner. I don't know. It's tricky because I wasn't his best friend, but every time I seen him, it was a handshake and a hug. It was just like, "How you doing, man?" And it was always love. It was just he would talk to me like this guy. He'd always say something funny, and to me, it doesn't really bother me. But I'm like, I'm happy that he seems to be always in a good mood and he's ready to joke all the time. But I don't know. I guess he was always internally dealing with something. Um, so it's a little unfortunate, man. You just never know. There's stuff like that where some people are ready to. I don't know, man. Some people are ready to take their own life, and if it's not that, then it's other people who they don't want to feel the hurt, so they make others feel the hurt, and that's just as bad. You know what I'm saying? So again, back to like, no matter what area you're at, or where whatever's going on in your section or whatever, the city, country, the state, it's like when you see these shootings and you see crazy stuff like this. I mean, a whole lot going on, man. You don't know. People have some hurt that they want others to feel. That's why I had to avoid the pitfalls of being in that work environment, because I was ready to, I put a face on my problems. I was like, this person has to feel what I'm feeling inside. Pause. You know what I'm saying? But I was willing to hurt this person in the worst way. There was two people actually, and I was just like, let me let that go, because it wasn't even that serious. The shit that they was doing wasn't that serious. It was really lightweight. Really, it really was just a conversation. It was really just some jokes I could have said, banter back and forth, clown them, make them look like a fool, remind them that they're foolish for dealing with me. But I was like, I'm done with the talking, man. I'm ready to just throw hands right now, and quick and quick and powerful type trait. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever, something like that. So it's just crazy to think about, but that translates, man. That translates to people wanting to use weaponry. Saying things that people want to harm people in the worst way, in the most damaging way, like things like that. It's like you got to be mindful of these things, bro. You never know, like loved ones or whatever, loved ones or just friends, man. It could be somebody you just met like this year, a couple weeks ago, whatever, man. You don't know. Just recognize them things. Just Nothing wrong with just asking, "How are you doing? Are you okay?" And if something seems a little off, just ask them if they're okay twice or three times. Just make sure. It's like, just let me know if you're okay, man. Maybe I don't know you that well, but something seems a little off. I just feel like I should ask you if that's all right. You don't have to tell me right here, but I just wanted to make sure you're okay. So just checking with people. Let people know you care. That's all it is, man. Letting people know you care. That's what it is. That's the biggest thing right there. You let people know you care, man, and you're worried about them. There it is. What up, gamer? Oh man, I'm doing my best to keep gaming. Cash. Cash, we just got done, or I just got done talking about checking in with people. Cash, how are you doing, man? What's going on with you, Cash? Cash, did you stream on Saturday or not? You doing all right? Let me know if you ended up streaming or not, because I didn't see a notification for it, man. I've been getting a lot of notifications though for Twitch lately. There was shout out to Cider. Cider's been going live damn near every day, I think. I'm trying to stack up points in her Twitch so I can redeem it later. You know what I mean? But yeah, Cash. I just been trying to, I just got done talking about checking in with people, making sure they're okay. I got some bad news about someone I knew. I kind of knew. I wasn't really friends with them, but yeah. So we haven't streamed. Oh my bad. In a real while since May 10th. Yeah, work sucks. Today in particular sucks, but I don't want to get. Okay, yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, you don't gotta give out the details, man. Don't worry about giving me the details. Um, we can talk about it later on a personal note. But yeah, I just want to make sure everyone's doing all right, man. Sometimes I hate that like I feel a need to check in with people when news hits me at the worst time, but you know, it's better than not saying anything. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. So I just want to make sure I check in with people at least today, man. It's a little heavy for whatever reason. This is like month old information. I'm finding out like some. I'll spare you the details. I mean, I don't know, man. If you want to know, I'll tell you. I don't know how long you were in the live, but let me know if you caught all that earlier. But yeah, man. Checking with people, man. That's just my message in general for everyone. Just make sure you check on people. Make sure they're okay. Make sure you let them know you love them. Make sure you let them know you care for them. Sometimes you don't have to say the words if it feels a little cheesy to you. You don't got to say it, but make sure you do it in your way. You speak your love language, however that looks. You know what I'm saying? Gift buying and shit. Some people do that. It be like that. I appreciate it, G. Oh, okay. You just got here. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, man. It's crazy. I guess like I guess I'll repeat it. Just for whatever. But there was a dude that we knew. I knew him through other people. I knew him through other loved ones, I should say. And then this dude, the person who told me that he took his own life, actually is not friends with him anymore because they had a whole spat like a long time ago. So they were not friends, but they were still able to get this person's information through like social media or something. They just logged on and saw like, oh, everybody's like, oh, rest in peace, all that shit. So and then again, they didn't really have the full details, but the only detail was that yeah, it was self-inflicted, which is kind of crazy. So, but again, like I wasn't that close to this person, but I knew them well enough. And I remember last time seeing them, like someone pointed them out because I went to go visit someone at their workplace and like, hey yo, bro's right there, and I was like, what? So I just was like, we did a little handshake and a hug, it was all love. But I just thought about while he was alive, one of the things that he did was like he was, it's just like little signs, like little tell tell signs. Like he was kind of just overcompensating with making sure everyone's accommodated, making sure everyone is get drunk, just drunk as him and drinking with him. And what I'm saying, just making, he's peer pressuring people, stuff like that. But sometimes, people like that are struggling with something inside or whatever. Um, but I didn't know the history that he had with like, I don't want to say mental illness, but like whatever that, whatever he was dealing with. So it just it kind of took me by surprise. But that's something that happened a month ago, and I'm just not finding out today. So it's kind of a trip. But I'm like, damn, man, I didn't know he was struggling with that. He would joke so much with people, and he would try to break the ice with people. You know what I'm saying? He was always trying to break the ice with people by being jokeful with them. That I always thought that he was just good inside. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, touch grass. We touching grass right here, man. You see the grass right here in the background? I've been touching it the whole time, man. Look at this, bruh. Touching grass right here, bruh. I appreciate you, man. Ghost edits. What's going on, Ghost? Touching grass right here, man. This ain't no green screen, but I appreciate you dropping in. Thank you for dropping in on the live. So yeah, it's really interesting, man. I just realized a lot of the stuff he would do, communicative wise and compensating wise, or excuse me, yeah, I guess compensating is the word, right? Like he would just do it to fill these voids within himself, and it kind of hurts me to know that because I feel like if I had known that sooner, I'd want to talk to him more. because he would joke so much that he never had a serious moment. He would never have these serious talks with people. And if you did, he would try to flip it into like, he would try to flip it into like I don't know what the word is, like a joke or something. He'd always be joking around, but it's just kind of crazy, bro. What time is it for you? Hold on, let me check real quick. It says 7:28. 7:28. Yeah, man, we got the blades of grass right here. You know, tapped in with the grass. I didn't mean to pluck the grass like that. I feel like I pulled the hair out, Mother Nature type. But yeah. Declan, are we on the same time zone? I forgot what time zone you said you're on, bro. I forgot where you're at, man. Alex John. Oh, what's going on, Alex? Damn. Yeah, I remember you told me a couple days ago you subbed, and I see you because you have a public sub, so I saw you over there on the channel or on my channel earlier and things. So it's really crazy. Hey, Cash, you know what's crazy about today, man? I had 7 likes in the first 5-10 minutes. I was like, damn, that's love, bro. I'm over here like usually I gotta wait an hour for that, but I don't know who showed up, but people just saw me. I was like, I just hit it. I was like, all right, I'm with it. I'm cool with that. It's not much more I can ask for. I'm really grateful. So all it is. It's daytime for you. Actually, it's 7:30, so it's actually nighttime. But the sun is starting to set a little later in the day, which is kind of cool. So I'm actually happy about that because that means we get more sunlight throughout the day, which is dope. Yeah, boy, let's go 10 likes soon. Yeah, I'll take whatever I can get, man. It's technically evening time. That's what's crazy, Alex. It's like that's why I'm facing the sun though. The sun's like right in front of me. When if I stand like right here, like right there, it's directly in front of me. So sun's right there. But it's kind of crazy, bro. It's like there was one morning, I swear it was like 5 in the morning and 5 or 6 in the morning, and there's like people in my house that wake around that time. So I just heard people moving around, and then I looked at my window. It was like blue like this. It was like blue out in the sky, like the sun had already risen or like was coming over the horizon or whatever. I was like, bro, what the heck? It was like 5 in the morning, and then I think that same night it was around like 8 or 9. The sun started setting. It was kind of crazy. You love evening time, Cash? Are you more of an owl? You more of a nighttime person? Is nighttime over there? You probably on a different time zone. I'll be forgetting, but yeah, we're getting the sun is starting to set like a little later, man. There was a couple of people from they're on Eastern time, but that doesn't necessarily mean East Coast. But yeah, because if some of y'all are down south, man, like that sun is probably setting like 8 or 9 or something like that. I can imagine Florida too. Florida's another one where it's like it's just setting hella late. But yeah, always have been. Oh, you've always been like yeah, I see what you're saying, like a nighttime person. That's actually pretty good, man. That's actually pretty good. I used to be that way a little bit. You can get most of the creative stuff done at night. You know what I mean? All the creativity. You see the crows? They're looking for chips and snacks. You see them in the background, the birds flying overhead. Yo, I keep getting these aphids and spider. Get out of here, bro. That's what happens when I prop my backpack up. I get all these bugs on my backpack, man. That's crazy. I miss being a night owl though. Work is making me get up. I know that's what's crazy. That's the thing about work, man. They got you working a little late or whatever, you know. Feel me? What was I gonna say? Oh, shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. Ah, it was something along the lines of oh, nighttime. So well, at nighttime, that's when most of the creativity hits, man. All the ideas and all of the natural flowing of energy sometimes will just happen at night. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really weird. It's like, but I don't know if it's that or if it's like right when you're sleepy, like that in between, like you're sleepy kind of feeling, or like you start getting activated. But that's like being awake in dream state, like that middle ground, if that makes sense. You're gonna try finding another job soon. I hate dealing with teen. Oh, and they're just grabbing all these like drinks and stuff. Everyone's so gossipy and dramatic. Are you talking about people you work with, or like the customers? It's probably both actually. I can see teenage girls want to get the seasonal drinks or whatever. My bad. I ain't mean to. I'm snitching low key, but yeah. So Cash is basically a bartender, pretty much. It's like, but no, that's hella funny, bro. That's hella funny. Um, I thought about this with what job was I at, man? There was a job I used to do like parking lot attendant, bro, and there was all these fucking kids like that I worked with on some of these days because they were the ones that were looking for like their midsummer jobs or whatever, and that shit kind of fucked me up. was like, bro, I'm over here working in this booth with these kids that don't want to get up and work, and then they see me and they expect me to like get stuff done. So I was like, let me start shaving my face, bro, so I can act like a kid too. You know what I'm saying? But these people are annoying too. I ain't gonna lie. To be honest, the other coworkers are more of a problem. I hear you. The customers are always going to be the same level of bad. I hear you. That's crazy. I hope you get through it, man. I applied to two specific. Oop, there we go. Two specific places, and my thing with that was like, if I don't get it, I'm gonna just stay locked in right here. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do this as much as possible. That's why I'm like, when I put the applications out when I had applied, I was like, all right, let's say they try to hit me up within a day or two. If that happens, I need to do as much content in the meantime as possible. You know what I'm saying? Try to occupy that time before my time gets taken away. So I'm still trying to hit my 3,000, if not my 4,000 hours. So that's why we locked in right now. Did I recently give your give yourself a cut on your stash? You just noticed. Oh, did I? Yeah. I shaved down. All right, so let me. I did a live. I don't know. It might have been yesterday, and I had like it was a croissant sandwich, right? But it was like egg and bacon and cheese. Bro, I opened. Pause. I opened my mouth wide to bite into it. Took a bite into it. I actually like nipped a piece of my mustache. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, ah. But I bit a piece of my mustache off because it was so long, and I was like, bro, I need to shave this joint because it was just like getting in the way of eating. You know what I'm saying? Also, I went to Blader Z's daughter's birthday, and then they had pizza. And you know how it is when if you have a stash and you eat pizza, you got facial hair and you eat pizza and like cheesy stuff and pasta, it just gets, you know how it goes, So that kind of messed me up a little bit. I was like, damn, man, I'm over here all cheesy up, and I gotta go meet up with somebody, so I'm hella mad. But yeah. But no, that party was dope, man. There was some bladers, and I met a few people there, but I think I really just socialized at my table. Like I wasn't really like, I was like, if they needed my help, I was like, just let me know. I'm just hanging out. But I had to like leave early, so then I lost track. That's how I knew I was having a good time because I lost track of time. I was like, oh shit, it's past 5. I was supposed to leave around 5, and then I'm over kind of rushing out to go meet up with someone, and then end up not working out. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm just going home. So I just went home, watched the game, etc. But yeah, you said I look your age now. That's hilarious. But yeah, that's what's funny, man. Like I used to really like, I used to shave my face, right, and then pay like 125 for the bus, and then they'd be like, 125 is for students. I was like, I'm a student, and I would just stand there and look at them with my fully shaved face, and I would just stare at the dude. I was really in my 20s though. Don't get me wrong, but I'm over just staring at him, and he's like, "Are you a student?" And I would just show him like my old, like Garfield ID. I was like, "Yeah, this is my high school ID right here," and he would just look at me like, "Bruh," because he was like, "Where's your ID at?" I was like, "I'm not over 18. I don't have state ID." I would just be making shit up. I was like, "Bro, if I was over 18, I would have state ID. I don't have it." I would just keep paying him $1.25 when I'm sitting here like 23 years old or some shit. I'm already past the fucking, you know what I'm saying? And then I used to do the I don't know, about the bus fare groups. They had the bus fare groups. And it's funny because I used to when I was doing the parking lot attendant, one of the parking lots that we attended at was one of the places where the metro bus drivers park their car and then they go to what is that base? It's the base that's next to the stadiums. Whatever base that is, it's Central Base or whatever something base. It's something base, but like that's where the bus drivers would park their car in there, and then they just go pick up the buses that they have to drive. And then some of the drivers would see me just standing there because I would just ask them a question. I would joke around. I'm like, "Hey man, could I get a free bus transfer today for today?" So, oh yeah, today this is it's black tea. So they give me a black tea, but they give me the full owl. I was like, "What?" He just gave me the full owl. And then every day I would work at that garage. He's like, "Where's my guy at? Where's he at? I got some transfers for him." And I was like, "Oh, my friend's catching a bus home too. Can you get one for her?" He's like, "Of course." And he just didn't care. He would just give us bus transfers. I was like, "Bro, these are the coolest people." So as much as people will trip on like some certain bus drivers, some bus drivers don't care. It's like it's just a piece of paper. Like just take it, bro. Like we don't care. But he would just give me free owls all the time. I used to be so hyped. But yeah, lying to people about being a student. I'm still a student, bro. I tell because the thing is, even if I tell people I'm a student, right, I'm not lying technically. Because that's how I knew mentally. I was like, I'm technically not lying because I'm a student at I was learning martial arts at the time, so I was like, well, I'm still a student. So if I told you I was a student, I could like, I could internally know I wasn't lying. You know what I mean? Because I was technically a student at martial arts, so I just knew. But that's my logic. That's my logic right there. It's hilarious, bro. But nah, they would ask me the ID questions. I was like, nah, get out of here with that. I ain't got ID. You know, I had ID though, but I wasn't. I ain't showing no shit. It's hilarious. But yeah, good times, man. Like I look back at that. I actually low key want to work back with that company, but I'm also like, I told myself I wouldn't come back. I was like, I'm not coming back to like old jobs I used to do. It's a pride thing mixed with you got to keep moving on. So that's what's keeping me motivated to kind of just keep on doing the content, keep doing stuff. Things are gonna hit, things are gonna whatever. They might go to where they need to go. Some lives like this, I'm very grateful for like 8 likes early, the amount of rotation of people coming in and out. And then, Cash, you were here when I had the most people show up in my live, like those 50 people on rotation. That was ridiculous. That was a crazy day. I should have just stayed going live the whole day, realistically, because that was good numbers. I was like really good numbers for no reason. You know what I'm saying? People see like double digit numbers, they want to stick around. You know how it goes. I'm kind of the same way, but I have one dude's channel that I follow. It's this Korean dude. He's in South Korea. It's old 50-year-old dude. Shout out to my guy Hyo Lee. But Hyo Lee, man, he'd be walking around, and sometimes I'm the only person in the chat, and then every now and again, like one of his Korean friends will jump in, and you'll just see the little characters up in there. I don't even know what the characters are saying, but he's talking to them in Korean, and then he talks to me in English. And it's funny because my YouTube channel says Cinco Bain, so he says, "Hello, Mr. Bainey." He'd be saying Mr. Bainey, bro. I was like, "Oh, then that's how he pronounces it," but that is what it is. So hella funny. But that's my guy Hyo Lee. He might be live right now. I might chat in him later, but he just films himself doing his job. It's funny. I don't remember that day too well, other than talking about some YouTuber getting their channel. Oh yeah, that was more recent by higher ups on the platform for using the R word liberally. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy because his friend got in contact with me, so I actually got to check my. I don't use my Twitter or my IG, but I got to check it to see if they sent me any messages or whatever. But we'll see, man. We'll see how that goes, bruh. We'll see how this goes, man. Those people are doing. They're not doing too. My bad. They're doing well. They're not doing too bad, I should say. And it's really interesting because his friend was pretty much in contact with me. You know what I mean? Let me know what was going on. That's pretty dope. My bad. Did I miss something? No, it's right there. Making sure I didn't miss nothing. What we talking about? Hyo Lee. Hyo Lee is basically me. Like all he does is just walk around and it's crazy because he'll go for like 5 or 8 hours. And I was like, bro, how was your? I was like, you have a strong battery. And then he's like, I was like, do you use an adapter? And he's like, yeah, I have battery packs. So he was saying some kids in Korea they throw it away. They just leave them places they don't want it, and he just takes them for free or he gets them for discount. So some people will sell their battery packs and they still work. So he's like, I just go and I buy them from the resellers and I use those, and that's how my lives are going for a long time. I was like, that's pretty smart. So all he does is walk around and he'll drive a car. It's crazy because he's driving a car and he's like having his phone on live, so it's kind of not safe. But that's what he does, and then he drives cars. He delivers them. After he drops them off, he'll just find a bus stop and bus all the way back to the main part of the city, and then he'll do that over and over again. And he just walks around waiting for people to hit him up on the app. He's like, yeah, I'm just waiting for the customer to contact me, and I need people to give me the rental car, the whatever, and I'm just here to drive it and deliver it. It's just hella funny. That's all he do every day. He just talks to people in the chat. But he's in his 50s. Like I'm over here, I'm Hyoli in the 30s, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? He talks about it. That's his whole channel. He has something written in Korean, and then I think he has a translation in English that just says something about like diary of a single man in his 50s or something like that. It's something along those lines. So if you look him up, you'll find it. I don't know if it's like Korean characters. It's hard to explain, but that's my guy right there, man. We always check in with each other. I don't think he's ever seen my stuff. If he has seen my stuff, maybe he's hesitant to type. Maybe he doesn't want to type because he's gonna have to use the Korean characters and I can't read it. So I don't know. I would have to copy and paste basically. You know what I mean? Um, I guess I can't do it here, but I'd pretty much have to copy and paste what he's doing, if that makes sense. What was I gonna say? What is the other channel? Oh, the twins, man. Shout out to the twins. I gotta check in their lives. It's been a while. They made me a moderator because we just kept positive. We kept it rocking. I need to buy some of their gear, but I'm low on the funds. I'm low on the income. I got no income realistically. You know what I'm saying? I'm just pulling from the stock portfolio when I need it. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting there with like I remember I needed to pay some credit card stuff. I was like, let me just go sell some shares, where are my pluses and minuses, double check the pluses, start, boom, to care of some stuff real quick. Just trying to stay afloat. So all I'm really doing is like a cup of coffee a day or whatever. You know what I mean? It's always nice to connect with other people outside the country. Oh, yeah. I used to hang out with a lot of Australian guys back in 2017. Swear, that's crazy. They had, oh, had you really interested in what they always said about life? I miss connecting with foreigners online. Yeah, granted, I still do that to a much smaller degree. You know, it's interesting because you were talking to the people that I'm gonna start walking. But you were talking to the people that what's it called? They didn't know about what is that called? Bro, we were just talking about this. They didn't know about damn Costco. They didn't know about Costco. Like I didn't know like I mean obviously that is an American thing, like a giant warehouse with a little bit of everything. But you would think that like every city or not every city, every country has their own equivalent. I'm pretty sure they do. Oh, those are East Coasters. Never mind. So is that only a West Coast thing? That's crazy. If you go down south, it's HEB in Texas, and then other places it's like Winco or something. So like Win, I mean we have a Winco too, but then they got other names. Then there's Kroger's. You got Kroger's, aka K Rogers. That's what they've been saying. That's what they call it. So we'll see about that. You know, traffic. Yeah. Ah, I bet I'm crossing the street. They know nothing about it other than it existed. Got you. Got you. Apparently, Costco was a West Coast thing. That makes sense actually. But Costco exists largely in other parts of the world. I def saw one in Japan in the big city of Shibuya. Damn. Oh, okay, Cash. Let me ask you a question. Cause all right, this is what I've been doing at home. You let me know if I'm doing it wrong. So I'll boil some water. I put it in the the instant noodles, like the bowl noodles, the instant noodles. I will put the hot water in there. I go through my thing. I eat all the noodles, right? And then when I have the broth at the end, sometimes I drink it, but I don't fully drink it. Because was that the etiquette? Like you're not supposed to drink the broth and the ramen. I remember you were saying something similar to that. I don't know if that was you or someone else, but it was something about yeah. Everyone knows the broth is very very salty or whatever. It's like it has too much of all the ingredients and it's salty and like you're not supposed to drink it. But that's what I heard from someone. I don't know if it was you or someone else. You might show up this Sunday. Then oh yeah, let us know. There's an event this Saturday. I don't know if I'm gonna go, but I signed up on. I got a spot, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I want to make it though because it's Dylan's last. Dylan and Tuck's last event for a while, basically. I'm like, I want to be there for that. I got to be there. You know what I mean? But let me know if that was you, Cash, that was talking about, you're not supposed to drink the broth at the bottom of the ramen bowl, which is kind of crazy, but I'm also like, it makes sense. It makes sense. So I've been very mindful of how much I put in there. The broth is not something you're supposed to drink. Right. Okay. It's very salty and loaded with spices that would dehydrate you immediately. Okay, that's interesting. That just sounds like something I would say. Okay, so I did learn that from you, and I was trying to remember like who the fuck told me this shit, or where did I hear it from? It might have been either your vlog that you sent me, or it was some live stream that I was in. But nonetheless, it made so much sense. I was like, bro, that's why I'd be sleepy with like instant. And, but it's funny because when you don't have anything else to eat, like you're just gonna eat and then drink the thing at the end. I also only use like at the most I use half of the packet, if that makes sense. I never use the full packet. You know what I mean? Which is crazy on stream. Maybe you heard me say that on the Japan. That's what I'm trying to remember. It might have been the Japan, the vlog that you sent me. It might have been that one where you're recapping everything. But that's crazy. So this is what I've been doing lately. When I have like bowl ramen at the house, bowl ramen that's what do you call this? Instant or whatever. You just put the hot water in there from the kettle. So I've been throwing the broth into the sink. Like I've been just putting them in the drain or whatever. I let the water run and then I just slowly pour it down. And then if there's extra ingredients and shit that come out, I just throw the little thing that catches everything. I just put that in the garbage, toss everything out, go about my day. I've been doing that and I've been feeling better lately. But the other night I was playing video games and then I decided to drink the broth. And then I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn, I was supposed to do 3 videos, but I stopped at 2. And yeah, that salt kicks in, man. You start getting older too, man. That's a whole different type of That shit really dehydrates you. You know, it's true though. That shit really does affect you. I don't understand it, but yeah, it's a lot of salt. You know what's crazy? I'm only using half of the packet, and it's still a lot of salt. That's what's crazy. I think the reason why I wanted to really drink the broth was because I cracked an egg in it. You know, when you crack an egg in the ramen, it's like sometimes some of the egg whites are at the bottom of the broth. So I'm like, I got to get every piece of it. You know, that was my logic at least. You know what I mean? That's what I thought about it at least though. A lot of salt. To be honest, even even craving noodles, you might fiend on some ramen or pad thai. It's this Friday. Yeah, is that payday too, man? You getting paid this Friday? Yeah, man. I do like it's just so fucked up because I do miss having income, man. I'm telling you, I do miss having income, but it's like I'm so happy at the same time. I'm in a good headspace and spiritually, like maybe I just need this time to heal a bit, and I'm trying not to, my best not to be a burden on anyone financially or just in general. So that's why I'm just doing these, man. Just tapping in, and discussing gratitude every damn day. Gratitude and hard work every day. That's all I can say is I need to get my hours in. Some days it goes up 2, some days it goes up 3. But days like this, man, it's going up like 11, 22. It's like different numbers that vary because I need 7.3 on average. So anything above 7.3, we're doing good numbers, man. And I appreciate everyone that comes into the chat and checks in with me. So that's all I'm doing right now. Exercising this, straight like that, man. Gratitude and hard work and whatnot. I was expecting to get paid today actually, but apparently it's tomorrow when you get paid. I know for me, like direct deposit used to be Thursdays. Thursdays, yeah. So I don't know, man. My bank is pretty good because for some reason my bank with certain, I think most of my employers, the direct deposits would always go Thursdays at some point. And then what made it better was like, let's say I wanted to sell some stock, I would sell stock and I would transfer it. It would say it's going to take 4 to 5 business days for the withdrawing my money from selling stock. But then like I would get it literally the next day. Like it would show up in my bank. It would just be there. But then the email would show up like 4 to 5 days later, which is kind of crazy. So I was like, hey man, my bank, I don't know what it is, but I don't know if it's my credit or what, but it's just working really well right now. Dan, I'm wishing the best for you, Chief. Do what you think seems fair your situation. Remember to always be cool. I'm trying my best, man. Trying my best, man. It's like this is what it looks like right now. This is where I'm at, and then hopefully, and that's the other thing. Like, let's say I unlock. See, if I unlock 3,000 hours, that's sorry. When I get there, I should say, when I get to the 3,000, that's gonna unlock the super chats and stuff. That's gonna be a whole different type of interaction. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be funny. And then that's gonna like fast track to 4,000. That's gonna be another thousand I have to do. That's going, and then like slowly and slowly, it's gonna compound into something. And then I need to get there, and then I can focus on everything else in the long run, like the income and everything. So that's just the way I look at it. It's like I have to do one step at a time, but through each process, if I have the energy in the day, I just got to make it happen, man. I got to sit there and interact because some people will sit there, I'm not really judging no one's stuff. Sometimes I'm entertained by the ignorance, so I can't really judge. But I'll go on some people's lives and they just do some bullshit, some negative stuff, some ignorant stuff, and it makes me laugh. I ain't gonna lie, it's funny as hell to me. But I make sure to only subscribe to like people I see kind of just doing their best, work wise and content wise, and staying positive. You know what I'm saying? That's why I really like the twins. For those that tapped in, TH3 TWINZ, man, the twins, man, they might be live right now, counting some money up. Just doing positive things, saying nothing but good things, talking about being blessed, etc. I'm like, you know what, man? Everyone want to clown them in the comments, in the live chat, but the whole time all they're doing is saying positive stuff. They got everyone against them, and they're still keeping their head above water. So that's different, man. It's just a whole different thing. I'm trying to get on that level of positivity or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? My bad, my bad. I think my friend sent me an email. I gotta check. Damn, might have to check this tomorrow. I also gotta. Hold on, let me be real quick. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, my friend sent me the email or the whatever the files. So I got these files back for my upgraded songs. So I sent some songs. I couldn't track it out to him. I couldn't track out the songs piece by piece. So I had to send him the the regular track, and he was able to kind of compress or whatever the fuck he did. He worked his magic on it. He got rid of the pop and the crackle on the beats. So I got this beat tape coming out in September. I try to plan it far ahead because I'm trying to line it up with certain, astronomical events happening in the sky. Um, Trying to line stuff up if that makes sense. But that's just me. That's just how I do shit. But also like it's important to like set your albums 1 month ahead because that way certain people streaming services, not the major streaming services, but certain ones can really just take your stuff and then like sit on it for a while, let it process. So anyway, for whatever reason, the how do I explain this? The bit rate and the hertz were off, and he just needed to double it or some shit. And he was like, "My bad, I just have a habit of keeping it low." So he's gonna send me the higher ones, and he sent the email today. I'm gonna check that. I gotta work tomorrow. More music stuff. Talk to more people about more Beyblade stuff. Working on more things here and there. Just keeping it working. What I'm saying? We're doing a little bit of everything right now. A whole lot of everything is happening right now. I'm really tempted. I don't know if this taco truck is open. I damn near want to grab some food. I don't know. Do I got time? 7:54. I mean, they probably close at like 8 or 9. I don't know if I really want to do it. I don't need it. I'm just being a fat boy right now. You know what I'm saying? I also worked out this morning, so like my body feels more tired than usual. It's not used to working this hard. I ate like a small piece of steak and onion when I got home. Even though I got a protein smoothie and everything, I was like, my body just needs protein. I could tell. It just needs to recover and rest. So I was able to sit at the library seat for a while. But it's funny because I was hella fucking tense playing Monster Hunter. I died like fucking 3 times. I was sad. I was like, why I keep getting killed, man? I just need better armor. But in order for me to get better armor, I have to fight this thing that's hella strong. That's fucking killing me all the time. The fucking new Udra. That's what it's called. Fucking fire octopus thing, man. I'm trying to get that armor because the only weakness that it has is water. I'm like, I'm cool with just fighting water things. You know what I'm saying? So let me just kill this motherfucker, get his new armor, some strong shit, and then I'm just going on about my day. But he's fucking me up. I'm like, bruh. So that's what's going on right now. Might have to lock in and get. I got to get 3 more tentacles off this dude, man. I got to kill him at least 2 more times, man. I just got to keep targeting the back. Pause. I might walk over to this. I don't know. I don't need the taco today, man. I mean, I was gonna get a torta. It's crazy because I could be wrong, but the torta and the quesadilla are the same price, but the torta is bigger. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger food. Like, what do you want me to do? You got to get more for your buck. I'm thinking about it, man. Should I go over there? I might go over there. Is that my neighbor right there? Look like I'm not. I ain't him. Funny, look like my neighbor was walking through the parking lot, but it's funny because my neighbor's more pot-bellied, but I'm like, that ain't him, though. Is it? That ain't him, bro. I look, you want to go to the truck, bro? They got it. I might do it. Now it's doing too much, man. It's doing too much. I'm sure we're doing good on everything else, but hey, man, I'm getting close to the house. I'm about to cross these streets and everything. I'm gonna just focus on where I'm going right now at this point in time. So I appreciate everyone dropping in, man. Cash as always, man. Love and appreciation, and love and appreciate everyone else dropping in and out to chat with me today. Shout out to Eternal for dropping in on me. To everyone else that showed up early, 5-10 minutes, and they did all that good shit for me. That was crazy. I can't ask for any more than that, man. You know what I mean? That was good. All right, man. I'm across the street. Hold on. My bad. My bad. Shit, I was like, are you going here? All right. Damn, bro. The fuck? All right, man. Here we go. Motherfucker's trying to run me over today. We good, though. We gone. All right, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace.